Hey there, I'm Srikant, and today I'm going to talk about modern JavaScript, mainly focusing on the let and const features of the ES6. Let's simplify the coding together. Let and const were introduced as alternatives to var keyword. For declaring variables in JavaScript, they provide more predictable scope behavior and allow developers to write maintainable code. The let statement declares a block scoped local variable. It is similar to var, but with important difference in scoping rules. Now we will check let keyword with one example. If you see this example, in this let example, I declared the x variable in two areas. This one is the different one and this one as a different one. The both x variables is treated as a different variables even though the name is same. Because of this block scope, this let x variable of the 20 will limited to the within the block. Here let x is equal to 10 limited to the outside of the block. Let example entire this block. Okay. Now let's run this and we'll check the outputs. Let's run this code. If you see here, whenever I console the x value within the block scope, it take the value of the x, it is 20. And but whenever I take the x console log outside the block scope, it takes the original this value, whichever is the earlier we declared, x is equal to 10. So this x value doesn't replace the value of the earlier x because this one is the different variable and this one is the different variable. This is about the let. The const statement declares a read-only block-scoped constant variable. The value of the constant cannot be changed through reassignment and it cannot be redeclared, but it can be modified in some scenarios like objects and arrays. We will check const variable with one example. So here I take the constant example and here also I declared two pi values with a one with outside the if block and another one is within the if block. So if you see here, constant pi is equal to 3.14 and constant pi is equal to 3.14159. So I console two areas. So we'll run this one and we'll check the output. These two const pi variables are different as we saw it in the earlier let keywords. The same behavior it is, but when we will run this one. So if you see here in the first scenario, it print the value of the pi within the if block value because we declared here. But even though if I print the value of the console log pi here, it doesn't take the value of pi here. It takes the pi of the earlier one, first one. And in this scenario, different says here I am trying to replace the value of first pi variable, reinitialization of the value, but it throws an error. It won't allow the reinitialization or redeclaration. You see here assignment to the constant variable. So here it throws an error. But in some scenarios, as I mentioned, if it is array, I am able to modify. You see here in the first scenario, it take the value of 31419, this one, and in the second scenario, it take the value of array 1, 2, 3, and I push that one. I didn't redeclaring the original value. I just altered or modified the original value. This is about the const. That key differences between the let and const. Variables declared with let can be reassigned, while variables declared with const cannot be reassigned. Both let and const are block scoped, meaning they are only accessible within the block where they are defined, including loops, functions. Here, if it is here, you see it here, it is declared within the function, so it is accessible entire function. Even I can access this value here directly. For example, right, const x is equal to 10. I can be able to access that 10 within the block also. See here, it printed the 10. The only rule is we can't access the let or const keyword outside the block. The use cases of the let and const keyword. Use let when you need to reassign a variable. Use const for values that should not change throughout the execution of the program. So these are the two use cases. Based on our requirement, we can go with the let or const keywords. So for example, if you want to change or if you do some reassignment values, you need to go with let keyword. So there is no need of the thing. It's only one time initialization. Then you can go with const keyword. This is about the let and const variables in the ES6 features. Thank you.